a math application that is used throughout the elementary by many of the teachers. On tonight's Family Engagement Google Classroom or on the school's website, there is a link that will take you to the student login page for Zearn. Once you click that link, it will take you to this page. To log in, you will need your student's school-issued Google email address and password. Once you've entered that information, if your student's Chromebook hasn't already remembered it, go ahead and click Sign In. This will take you to your student's Zearn dashboard. From here, there are lessons that have been assigned to them that they can complete. As you can see, we have one assignment that we are in the process of completing with 1, 2, 3 assignments already complete. Let's look at this Tower of Power lesson that's in progress by clicking the Keep Going button. Once the students are in the lesson, the page will more or less look like this. You'll have your question up at the top, or directions, and then you'll have your numbers that you can work with and a math sentence you need to complete. If students need the directions read to them, they simply need to click this microphone button. Once they understand what they need to be doing, they can drag these tiles to the correct order in the number sentence. Once they believe they have the correct answer, they can check it by clicking Enter. If it's correct, they'll get a green star, and they can move on to the next question. Students will progress through the math questions in this manner until they've completed all of them. Let's go back to our home page to see about other elements of Zearn. To do that, we're going to click this blue house icon in the top left-hand corner. Students can revisit some of the assignments that they've completed, such as this one here with the math chat. Let's click Do It Again to take a peek at this one. Sometimes there are videos that accompany students' information and learning. Students can watch the videos, and then as they get to certain checkpoints, there are math options that they need to answer. This one, for example, shows up first in the video. What two numbers make 10? 5 plus 3 or 5 plus 5? To check, we hit Enter. We got a green star, so we can move on to the next. At which time, the video will continue to play. As you can see, we have these blue dots all throughout the timeline of the video. Each of these blue dots is an interactive question that the students are going to answer. Once students have completed this entire timeline, they can go back to their home page. Zearn's lessons come in many different formats. This is to keep students engaged and on their toes. Let's look at the left-hand bar of our Zearn to see how to navigate easily around Zearn. At the top, we have a calendar button. When we click it, it will open up this week's preview. This is where students can see any assignments that have been made. We don't have any this week yet, but we can also look back by clicking the up arrow. This will show us last week's. As we can see on Wednesday, there was an assignment given. We can hit back, and we can continue to travel through the weeks, both into the past and up to this current week. Once you're done in the calendar, you can go ahead and click the X to exit. Next up, that's the page that we're on now that is showing any current assignments that the student has to complete or has completed. Let's move on to the math library. This is where lessons can be located. Oftentimes this has to be set up by the teacher, but not all teachers utilize this all the time. So don't be surprised if sometimes it's blank like this. Let's look at the last section, badges. This is where students can see badges that they've earned from lessons they've completed. We can see these badges are for this section of our learning. To look back, we simply click this blue arrow to look at previous lessons. That's Zearn in a nutshell. It's a very helpful math resource that allows teachers to help reinstate math techniques that they are learning in class. I hope you found this helpful.